to say, Sage.
It is Phoenix.
You're wrong, it's Sova.
It is Sova.
38 times on Sova.
So, Gentlemans on defense, Giants on attack. And let's hope for a closer game.
I don't know. I'm looking
for a closer map.
A little bit
it's a nice start.
aggressive you'd expect, and for Hoodie maybe the opposite. He's already taken that opening pick onto the Cypher for this one. I think definitely fits a little bit better on this map than maybe the Killjoy did on the last.
Might fit better. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
Wait,
fit better on this
no
map.
one's looking
fit
for
better
this?
on the last map, perhaps, as well. We might see that go
Okay,
back to the
someone's
drawing
looking
board
for it
as
now.
the season goes on. If we see another split out of GX. Gentlemen,
might be a timing of Hoodie here.
Map pick.
Oh boy. Do they run too early and he hears him? Yes. Yes, they do. He hears 4 people running.
Still looks like he's playing a Cypher in that sense. But
giant information. Early rotate goes in. Doesn't want to overstep, just holds middle. Here's still this guy running.
Even still, though.
What is the timing on Hoodie here as well? Oh, he got around the corner before Hoodie checks. Damn, bro.
Kadavra could have played this one to perfection. Every single player in front of him. It's not going to be easy with the classic, but he makes it look it. Already getting a couple.
It's so well
this
played.
man is doing fantastically well on his debut, but eventually will fall. Even still, the game has been given up, and in 20 seconds, this round is going to be over. If GX are going to make their move back to the A side, they need to stop.
Ooh, hello, mate.
Good thing no one on
Ooh, yesterday was unbelievable, bro. Yesterday was unbelievable. You also couldn't lose a clutch. It was crazy.
This time, it's a fast lane to success for Gentlemates, 1-0.
God, I mean, that was, I tell you what, the discipline on this was really sick as well. The push down was great, but everything was perfect. The fact that when he hits 4, he doesn't like try and get a kill early. He actually just tries to make the big play, doesn't let them know that he's got the information, gets his team to rotate so they're in the right place as well. It was, yeah, everything was actually perfect. 3 pistols.
Made that round from what looked
it's
like
all in the comp, it's actually true.
To a massive win for the side of Gentlemates.
Yeah, you guys have really got this map down.
Dangerous upgrade for Mates from what we've
I still think
seen
teams
so
are maybe sleeping on a Sage. I would feel like Sage helps a little bit, especially against you guys when you have B main. But it's hard to lose one of the agents for Sage, I get that.
Seen this many times before. You lose a player, you're still in a good
also,
position.
You guys,
the margin for error has been quite wide for Mates.
Boo, do you know what I loved yesterday? You know your cam that goes here, and you just moved it ever so slightly to the side. That was cracking me up, I'm not gonna lie.
Last 50 seconds.
That was mental.
Covering B main aggro, now walking up mid. They're very aware of those flanks, and I mean,
they're like actually owning them.
Here on Sunset, but round 1.
Okay, knife over towards B main once they're taking it. Cypher pretty far back. We've got a double sheriff.
Cloud now being on a little bit more of an aggressive.
Baba Beast, how we doing, bro? Thank you so much for the 3 months. Appreciate that.
That he's someone who can have those individual plays already.
And the timing of Redgar is pretty good. Should be able to get this kill.
Oh, he's not even going to expect Redgar to be there. A little bit sneaky from the Omens, it seems, but nonetheless, well, Redgar is screwed. If he gets out of this with anything, I'll be gobsmacked, just surrounded by mates, and not the good kind.
Giantx recovered that rifle. Now they've lost 1. Damage has been done to their economy, but how much more can they get? GX are left with pistols in nasty corners, hoping to bait players in. I like the idea there. Cloud tries to pull the crosshair towards him, but now he's been dropped. And now they'll presumably clear the corner, maybe not. Huge damage being done. Kadavra's last man standing has to actually make this a clutch. Already a successful
Oi,
round
what a
for
shot.
GX,
Oh, guy's going crazy right now. Yeah, he's been insanely impactful.
Out of that with a smile on their face. They've done a lot more damage.
Is this the guy with the 93% duel percentage?
See if they're smiling. I don't think they will.
He's on for it again. Yaltzin, hello mate as well. Thank you for the 10 months, man. Hope everything's going alright.
Oh no, he's screaming.
And Marino Mess as well with the 6 months.
And a decent round. Obviously,
it was
would have been
92.
nice to take that one over the line, but Kadavra in the clutch right at the end was a huge part of it. And actually, normally we'd see a lot of teams think about taking like a really weak bonus.
I tell you what though, for Giants, yeah, for Giants you got so much out of them. They were allowed 1 death, you got 3 rifles out of them, so they decided to go for a full buy on this one. So no bonus, just straight in for it. We get the op on Takas.
It's more for Mates what happens if they lose this. And Takas op early on A, not much presence there, but GX have just taken B.
They just redo the smoke, they leave here, and they can just go for a 2-2.
Mates reactions. Maybe waiting for a paranoia, for a flash out of Bayaz.
One all away from Fischl. They take B main, they get Fischl, but we got 3 people from far back.
Responsibility is on their shoulders as far as making.
When does Bayaz get his knife? That's the real question.
Thrash online now with the orb. Cloud's going to be putting that straight through to the B site. Through the nade it goes, up the steps, and, well, it's destroyed, but in a decently
they handled it well.
Position. They do have to fight through a lot of players to get it back, though.
Yeah, I almost wonder if turning it would have had slightly more value, but even still, they're not even allowed to plant. It's a pre-retake, a rush back in. And with no plant, this leaves problems for GX. Their post-plant positions are not really that valuable. If that spike hasn't gone down, Cloud, though, the space taken is fantastic.
From Cloud. Also, the kill from Vitinho is just so big here.
And leaves Kata and Takas, and the question has to be asked of, is this now worth a save? Having an operator in a retake.
Trying to make sound for the Takas swing.
Definitely not ideal.
Oh, but the first shot
does he ult?
Might make it somewhat doable. They'll stick around. They'll look for more.
Shouldn't be, but
peaks, more mistakes to be made on the GX side. Now that hasn't come through, but when the smoke fades, it
guys, not like this.
Oh
boy. 2v4.
In for the retake with
oh
3
man,
kills.
the Pipsum replay, if we get it, must be mental.
And again,
just smashing up the coach PC.
Early on in a map continues 3-0. And Devin, that's a horrible round to lose for GX.
I'm going to be honest, at this point they might have to change their name to Giantx, because it's just ridiculous the way that they're losing these rounds.
Right. I was wondering where he was going with that one.
You're up against an operator and a player with a Guardian, and the operator gets 2 separate individual 1v1 duels. I don't know. It's just frustrating to watch from their perspective, because the actual take, like Cloud did well to get the openers, had Vitinho to back him up, and then from then on it's just messy.
3 suppressed.
Early info going their way as well. Mates knows quite a lot of players outside of A. Flash was used. We saw Dizzy retrieve now for GX, and all eggs in one basket, watching for mid pushes, trying to bait out that A aggression to hopefully get the flank underway, give a free kill onto Hoodie. But mates have shown themselves to be very patient. 3-man rotate. He's a little bit more stacked up.
Money's okay. They managed to force out a buy.
They're
missing like a little bit, not too much util. It's like one trip boom bot. I think.
Paranoia on Kata, add to that,
maybe some satchels.
Bayaz in the tank here. This is going to be a big push for GX, and the information's there for mates.
Wait, that Omen flash was huge. Bro, Cadaver is annihilating people. He just was here. Okay, 2v3, not again.
With Purple on the other side. A 2v3 though. At this stage. Watching to see what the defense are going to be doing. That spike is yet to be planted. It seems like the attack has the idea to potentially go back in the other
they got
direction.
a Cypher alive. So they're going to know if they go towards B main, and they're playing against a Neon that can be here so fast. Again, this isn't not the super speed Neon, but just a fast Neon.
You haven't taken down that Cypher. So straight into the trap you'll go. That's the information there for at least one player inside of main. Takas is not looking to slow down either. They know nobody crossed in, so those corners don't need to be cleared. That trap still being online does well for them. And the camera inside main does even more. But that plant position, and the time they can run down on the side of GX, Hoodie is quite far back. It's the only thing. Still expecting that one player to come from the A side, not knowing that they've grouped up. Market's cleared already. They're really starting to get an idea of where GX are playing. And that first contact could be dangerous. Takas is clearing the correct corner. The stun actually pushed him back, but it doesn't matter. He's still good for one.
No problem.
Hoodie steps in.
Okay,
Finally,
it's all good. It's all good. They win around, 2 people surviving. Both have to rebuy armor.
He had some high impact kills in this round. I think
they should be
well
relatively happy with the damage though, if you're Gentlemates.
Sort of pushing players forward.
The problem is getting 2 in a row here.
I think they were left
I mean, that Omen flashes everything.
And without a place that they could move. Nice
it's double Omen flash.
It's still got dangerous though. I almost wonder if Kata doesn't.
Is there another match after this? Yeah, Liquid Vitality.
That they just play that in the 3v3.
I get why he does though. So far when he's done those retakes, he's gotten the kills.
He's 8 and 2, or 7 and 2 even. His Takas is 8 and 2.
Oh, their money was low the whole time.
Even still though.
Okay, so they got an eco. Well, 2 in a row should be in the main word. Should be alright against the eco.
Surviving versus the anti-eco, and 2 players surviving the last. The economy is in the bin. Bayaz is going to have a hero rifle and it's pistols on everyone else.
Keeping what they've shown.
What?
Should be a clean round, but even think back to the last map, Mates made this work. Mates made everything work last time. Redgar's in a bit of an awkward position, 2 players close. Knife soon to be thrown through. Paranoia is good, but oh, they actually got the reveal already. Up close, yeah, the damage isn't going to go through.
I mean, it's a really
Mates
strong
just don't have the
position.
weaponry to
Really,
deal
really
with.
strong
A good
position.
shutdown by Redgar, and it looks like the
They would
round
love to
has
keep
fallen
5
into their
alive.
lap as a result.
Yeah, a good round, to say the least. And keeping it clean as well, fairly important to start building up that economy on the attack side. And as I said, in the past, I feel like this is where Giantx have been able to build up some pretty good momentum. I think there's been no doubt, even over
It's a giant round to win, it really is. I know it's an eco, but the fact they keep 5 people alive, 1 armor rebuy.
Taking Breeze off like Fnatic in one of the series, and this was definitely one of the maps that they were doing well on, beating Vitality.
He's already up to a
and
second official.
BBL, so... Oh, actually, wait, no, that's the other side. They beat BBL. They did not beat Vitality. It was actually Giantx that did that. We'll move on.
Moving swiftly on.
But that was what they seemed to get together towards the end of the split. And you know what? Fair enough. Gentlemate's already taken a pause very early
You
on.
lot can't resist it,
when
man.
it comes to this.
You lot are as bad as the casters with
defensive
it.
arc, losing a couple of rounds, but
Taking the
realistically,
easy
I
puns.
guess some of the ones that they won were fairly close. So it might just be something early that has been spotted by Existence, and he definitely seems to be the most vocal as of right now.
It's
I
also
say,
worth thinking
I say
of
the
fact
easy
that, yes,
puns.
this is your opponent's
Changing their
map
name
pick,
to
and you gotta
Giant
breeze,
Extinct
comfortable with the
was,
reality is,
was a
we've
real
seen a team
stretch.
eliminated because of map difference. Going into
It
the last
really
stage,
was a stretch.
You don't want to allow GX to win this buy round, find themselves 4-3, maybe get a foothold here on the attack, and who knows what they can build from that point.
We were talking about rounds when it came to Gentlemates, weren't we?
We
We
were
were literally talking about how many rounds they were getting, and there was a point in the
Have I
Liquid
checked out
game where
the
they hadn't
Fnatic
got enough rounds
IGL
and it was already
poster
over.
video?
Yep.
So that's
No.
how close it can come. Gentlemates know all about every little helping. And especially with how tight the board is. As I said, I think yesterday we were talking about 5 teams on the same scoreline. I think that might have changed slightly since, but I even think
Timeout
with Heretics
makes a lot of
winning
sense. If they
over
lose this,
Na'Vi, that has made
money's
packing
in the bin
closer.
against money that isn't in the bin, you would end
Still
up
some
just
games
kind
to
of
go this week
snowballing
as
a
well.
little bit.
4 people are back on neck and neck, bar the team playing twice.
2 people dodge the Omen Flash?
Fall back from GX,
Sure.
they're being pressured, but they're ready. It's not just the players that were up close in the choke point, the whole squad is here, and we've seen this in a number of rounds where they move towards A. The pack mentality already working out for the first kill. The return from Kadabra!
Oh!
It's unbelievable! 3 kills! He's shut down this push all by himself.
Okay.
Then the tank and Whalers. 2 versus 1.
Okay.
Good recovery
Dude,
by
how did he
Hoodie.
not die with both of
Spike
them
in his
dueling
hands,
him though?
but
That was the mad thing.
firing
It felt like he was
squad
just
awaits him.
invincible. Just
Mates
sidestepping everyone's
after that
shots.
pause, I don't know what they said to Kadabra, but keep it up.
Send them his way. That's what they said. Send them his way. Because he has been popping. 10-4. He was 10 and he's always doing worse than the last map. He was 10-0 on the last map, so it's a bit of a downturn, you know. But unbelievable stuff from
Yeah, his movement was
Kadabra
nicer.
in a spot again where you just think that maximum he gets 1 or 2. Like you're not expecting for him to be able to take that many players down. And after a pause, yeah, I'm not sure if Existence was whispering sweet nothings in his ear that managed to make him do that, or if maybe that's just a little bit of Kada.
They use
Just a cat
so
effect.
much util to hold over towards
terrorizing
A,
the
but they
tier
do
2
hold
scene for
over
a while
towards
now.
A.
About time he gets his chance on the big stage, and he is not wasting it. 4-2. GX able to get a buy still. Rolling Thunder online, Thrash there to work with.
Take flight.
And they're making their way towards the B site, but Mates are getting proactive. It's not just the A aggression they've got up their sleeve. They've pushed into B main. This Thrash will see absolutely nothing. It'll be recovered. And ult used, but there's a battle about to brewing for Hoodie. Although it looks like the trap has made Takas think twice about it.
3 suppressed.
For now, we'll see how long it holds him there. But even still, you look at the
Kind of nice though. They hit the knife on the. Would you have saved the knife for when they fish out again? Probably.
To make a mistake instead, eventually.
They leave sight, double hold of towards B main. Big Joe here. Really nice shot, bro.
But does he expect the second player to be here? In fact, the team doesn't.
Bro, Whalers has
Good
been
work
hitting
from
some shots
Whalers.
as well.
The trade there again, and Kada's still standing. This man always seems to be good for a couple, and that's all that's left.
Got a smoke over towards B main. We have a flank behind, but we have
Purpo, he looked the wrong way. He's got a chance though. A lifeline that Kata hasn't extended to many players. A few missed shots, and it keeps GX with the advantage. And the showstopper, I don't think they'll use it, but they might feel the pressure, and there it is. Burned up, and the tank dodges it expertly though.
And he hits him.
Keeping his distance, aware that was in the back pocket nade still for Purpo. Up goes the tank, close. And the challenge against Hoodie has been good so far.
Ah, it's unlucky. He knew the swing was coming. He thought he killed him.
5 health and 51. It's a narrow
Gentlemates win a round, lose a round. Money's in the bin. Got an eco. Yeah, Giants are fully back in.
Lots of really high impact kills as well in the rounds that they managed to win. So him being able to really do the damage in this round as well. Like the worry was this position from Whalers. Anything more and it could have been problematic. But in the end, GX got over the line. They put the economy back down to shrapnel for the side of Gentlemates. And for GX, still in an alright position. Ults this round don't seem like they're going to be too effective. Well,
that was one of the hero guns, though. Cadaver does great. Yeah, I like this, though, from Gentlemates. They understand that the hero gun's here, so they just double throw both of their flashes. We get a knife on top of this as well, just so they can pick up the gun. Yeah, and they got a kill close as well, so it's 2 guns. So they came into it with 2 guns, and they now have 3. And they got a trade.
Bit of a deficit in terms of weaponry, but that's why he's playing the buddy system. Letting the guys with the guns go first so he can pick them up and do some damage if needed. Flash is good.
Flash is really good.
On point. GX with a big punish on mid, and Cadaver's position now very much known. He will be dealt with. We'll see an equalization of the scoreline, 4-4. A much better face to GX already.
Yeah, I think a couple of players coming online, Hoodie being the main one.
Giants, yeah, the flash here was great from Hoodie.
Playing how they play, that's the thing. It's been the frustrating thing throughout the season.
Annie Setters, thank you so much for sending that as well, dude. Appreciate the 4 months, thanks to the Prime.
A GX fan you are, or also known as Spanish person you are.
So those predictions, yeah?
Yeah, I did. But of course that's going to happen.
But a giant money diff, but
yeah, I feel like you have
Gentlemates
to
at least have all.
Because this team has the caliber of players. We've known that for a while. We're talking about.
They're starting to realize how Gentlemates like to play. Yeah, they really knew that they were going to proactively do something here. Like the preemptive flash was giant.
Seen the best of them this year. There's no doubt about it. But they did manage to make it the champions last year. The road this year seems a little bit more troublesome, but they get it.
Dude, I just say the word giant loads, and we only notice it because they're called giants.
Take, I guess, hearing the alarm or the boom bot, pardon me.
I need a new vocab.
A little bit worried that the play was about to come through, and it looks like mates still expect that B play to be the final destination of this attacking side, but it is far from. Takas, even playing off the line of that stun, he knew that would be a likely point of contact.
Wow, he still holds the line.
Keeps them back, but the flash should send him flying. Luckily, he's got the speed to get out of there.
Oh
go right back in. The fast lane almost cost him his life there.
Yeah, he's been quick. The problem is the rotation is very slow. You can see that Gentlemates are still expecting this to somehow go back.
Yeah, last time they did this, they Omen flashed the front, and maybe the comms weren't in here. Oh my god, that was nice though. Yeah, this B hit, you could tell, sorry, this A hit, you could tell that the people that died here earlier didn't comm the fact that they Omen flashed like this last time. So he went to the exact same position that the 2 people ate the Omen flash.
There's been problems when it comes to those duels, but just take a look at Fatinho's stun in hand. It's actually fired out for some early aggression. Purpo doesn't see them. Now that utility's gone, and the players are now making their way around the corner. Redgar, though, good to take 2, and that should be enough. Whalers tries to pull it back. It hasn't gotten in the tank, and Cadaver knows that weapon is more valuable carried through to the next than risk.
Like the side hit's really nice. Omen flash that would get here, here.
Yeah,
maybe default not that anyone plays around defense as well.
Maybe if he had Takas with him. I'm like 50-50. Well, TX. This is more of what we wanted to see. I think even just slowing things down a little bit, they know that there's going to be these aggressive plays, these risks taken. Well, even Hoodie couldn't win that one. It still puts Gentlemates back in a position where financially they probably won't be able to get a buy, and if they do, it's not going to be the best of them Seems like just a few guns being purchased up. I also just think that you have to bear in mind the roles that Natank has
TSG played an ISO comp on Icebox.
every single other map this year.
Yeah,
it's been,
ISO's just in
Phoenix,
ISO's in a busted state at the moment. More for ranked than pro play, but also pro play. I think it would do some good damage.
Back up. The overdrive, well, that can happen. It's one of those ults that I think you need to catch players off guard. That's exactly what we saw Takas attempting, but failing at the same time.
Yeah, in a round like this, I don't mind it being thrown through as the tip of the spear, but it has been deflected by GX, landing their own killing blow, leaving Kadavra and Natank as the only players with real weapons in their hands. They are walking towards
Yeah, and
Kata's
stack
side,
over towards A, and as we can
like he's
see,
not home. A rotation for mates
call for B
again,
comes in.
that to be in
Up
play
to
on the
6.
other side of the map. Seems like GX are having a pretty good time when it comes to this attack, as far as getting themselves set up for post plants.
Yeah, all in gamble as well.
Grenade!
I think still being methodical, of course, taking their time. I've been liking that a little bit more from GX. I think that the last map we didn't get to see much of their attack, but with their defense, it seemed like they were a bit lost. Here, though,
Chonk, thanks so much, bro. Thank you for the whole year, mate.
we're making sure that they don't
Appreciate the
allow
prime.
any of those risky plays from mates to pay off.
I like the call as well. Just take a look at where Kadavra is. That's the one man with the rifle. No need to reinvest for the next round if he carries that. And then the other 3 players are exclusively holding on for exit kills. The tank watching for the mid push. The other 2 content to die to the spike or waiting for over-aggression. And the tank can risk this weapon. Nice. Not a bad start, not a bad finish either. 2 quick kills.
Might be able to get his ult before the end of this.
You might have seen one of those other players run back to pick one up if they had a bit more time on the clock. 6-4. Attack side doing incredibly well. GX now 6 out of the last 7 rounds. An impressive recovery from the last map where they barely, and I mean by a fraction of a second, managed to find one.
Yeah. No, it's good to
Guys,
see.
this is gonna be the 4th ult.
GX throughout the season, where they've had their weaker maps, they've had their stronger maps, and unfortunately, some of them they've just got bodied, and that was one of them. I think Gentlemates came in with a pretty fresh-looking plan, and they definitely weren't ready for it. So far, yet to see much in terms of adaptations. A lot of the rounds we saw from Gentlemates were based off some individual brilliance. Kadavra popping off, Takas in that retake with an operator. Well, this was a risk. Jumping through the corner of the smoke.
Wait, they actually just
This was the one man you didn't want to face off against. Redgar's tried to.
Yeah, and Omenal, no one close enough to hear it, so they're looking at spawn, they're looking at side.
For mates to just fall back.
They are watching.
They're just
their
going
back,
hunting
though,
double.
Assuming him to be in the back side or towards the spawn. The elbow position maybe would catch them off guard. Had they have walked with their back out, had Redgar been in a position to punish them on the walk back through, but the problem is, mates just reset this into a very passive hold. Cypher utility covering market, Cam covering B main. They literally have one player holding the half of the map. And then Takas, he can rotate incredibly fast. He's got mid covered if they do walk through. Very few gaps for the mate side. And in a 5 versus 3, no need to worry if they decide to group and execute a site. You've got the numbers to fight back. Nate's a little shallow, and there's a gap in the smoke. Exploited by Kadavra for the round win.
And these two did unbelievable.
What a way to get back.
Yeah, I mean, they just 1-2 swung.
It's almost perfect with the setup of the round. It's like a lot of what they've been winning have been off individual skill and battles. And, well, Kadavra 15-6. This has to be up there with some of the best debuts we've seen. Now, obviously, he played in the circuit before, but
okay, it was different to how I thought. They committed through a one-way trying to take the timing, but he had his smoke ready.
But even still,
and
this is his debut, and with Gentlemates is his debut.
Yeah, definitely don't need to be doing
and
that.
He's killing it. Looking like the signing of the season so far, although he's going to have
similar over towards A. They take full control, and the tank picks up his ult, so he could.
Oh, nice flash.
Potentially stop the official.
Coming through by Fatinho just in time, blinding Takas, saving Purpo's life, and giving the advantage over to GX. Hunter's Fury is there for the tank. Didn't find impact in the last round, but it was used This time I think the drone will precede it.
Oh my god, the
Instant knife cancellation.
The pre-fire of it.
Again, the blind hunter's fury. It's gonna be one of my least favorite things
Yeah,
to
only
see.
did a little bit of damage to his
see
teammate.
They thought maybe there was a player in the corner. There wasn't.
I thought he was going to
and
hold the
now,
knife the whole
well,
time
you
for it.
wasted the
I can't even
ultimate
believe
for
he
no
went for the fish shot when he knew the knife was here as well. Because there was a KO flash at the beginning.
I think I'll still settle with no gain. That might be a loss.
No, he actually plays better with less HP. You just don't know that. It's something only like close friends of the mates would know.
Yeah, and maybe they messed up putting the server ult into it.
Nonetheless,
I say maybe. They messed up.
still trying to turn things back. Bayaz will... Actually, there you go! Whaler's popping off. That little bit of HP lost, and he's powered up. It puts it into a 2 versus 4. And while Hoodie's getting pinged by everything on the planet, it's left all onto Redgar. They now know exactly where he is. He's being flanked as well. He's going to try and make it into the smoke, but even that will be given away.
Man,
And
the
Whalers
time
is
in
going
the
to be there
smoke,
for the
yeah.
triple.
I mean, Giants still did good to get 6 considering they didn't have a pistol here. The Gentlemates at the end, I mean, 4, 6 to 6, 6. They messed up, but I mean, they did mess up. It's just the fact that, I mean, it's just the fact they win these duels. I'm not sure I've seen Whalers have as many 2Ks in 2 maps as he has in these 2 maps.
For GX, they've still managed.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Well, that's suboptimal.
What?
I love Milan. he just looks at the headphones as they hit the floor and just go, I'm not going to say a word.
he's just thinking, I ain't paying for that.
Oh boy.
That's on you, bro. You're getting the new cable. 6 to 6. Yeah, GX. Look, I was just before I saw that going to say they can be happy enough with the first half. I guess they can be.
He had to walk away.
For mates moving
Dude,
on
I
the
love how
attack,
Milan
they get to set
just
the
sat
pace.
there.
This is where things can get incredible.
Milan just sat there. You got Pips to lose his mind and Milan's just short.
We're out of this
Accepting
world.
it.
I don't know if he'll be the one lurking this time, but Whaler's control of the map has also been next to none. Flash ready for GX. They were looking to put the Dizzy through, but Cloud delays it a moment.
Oh,
now
fast
it's
flood.
on its way, that they know they're on the site. The stun is good. And GX
Whoa,
taking
that
everything.
was fast.
And
Yeah,
Alethea
4 people
flawless.
here for the fast flood.
I guess Pips is going to be a little
Yeah,
happier
they
now.
tried to do the double flash. They shot
I'm
the
gonna say is
Dizzy,
if
but
there's
the
a
breach
technical
flash looked like it was on point.
and we're told that it's to do with,
Aaron,
like,
thank you so much. Aaron
gear or
3560.
something like
Thank
that,
you,
I'm
thank you for the
gonna
3
know who
months.
did it. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, the stun
No,
as well.
Hoodie's been
Stun and
great.
flash was good.
That's the thing. I was very critical of his Sentinel last season. And even on the last map, it didn't look good. I think they got caught out by a lot of lurks and
Okay, that's
silly
their first
things.
pistol,
Even on
though.
this exact map,
3-1,
he's looked
1-1
great
overall
today,
pistols.
though. Individually, especially, like decent lurk,
They're a lot
good
of death.
positioning, playing off the utility well. You can see that the practice has gone in for Hoodie. Well, you're going to play this round relatively safe with their investment. A lot of rifles, a single pistol onto Cloud, which is basically a rifle, because it's Cloud. Yet to see that bright spark of purple, yeah, though. That's something, especially if they can take this to a 3rd map on Breeze, they're really going to need it. Like, the way they beat Fnatic on Breeze was him and Vitinho just fragging out aggressively on the defense.
Good Dizzy.
Does he know?
For sure, but I don't think it ended up on Takas. At least they didn't seem to be
Yeah, I
aware.
thought he was aware of it.
Nonetheless, though, those pistols not able to deal the killing blows. And so Bayaz and Whalers, with classics in hand, have to recover this with the spike down in middle. Players absolutely everywhere. Maybe an opportunity.
Look at Redgar. Where are you going, boss?
Split. That first shot from Redgar. Bigger weapon to work with. 80 HP.
Damn, gonna go kill everyone, I guess.
And the Alethea flawless back-to-back for GX. They've got the lead by 2.
You know, it's the Spanish org. They've got to give them their money.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go and hunt
That's
him,
for you,
yeah.
Andalucía.
Doesn't care about giving him a gun.
8 to 6. Converting that pistol levels things up, at least in terms of those rounds, but waiting to see what sort of response. Because again, when we talk about Gentlemates, I've always enjoyed their attacks. That's where they've had their most creative ideas. I'm seeing Takas on that Neon. Bayaz with the supportive role.
How would you recommend improving your movement? A lot of it, go into a TDM and just really focus on it. Like 2-bullet move every single time. If you like really focus on your movement in duels, you'll see it a lot. Also, maybe from if you're doing the inside stuff, that might be like rotation stuff as well.
HP dealt, or the HP damage dealt to mates.
I have the spike.
With a tank down low. I like the control they're going for here. After a mid-fight,
Take flight.
drone's going to be used up on A, giving away some presence. Perhaps we'll even see some utility out of Bayaz. He already used his knife, but
a
still
good
those
example was
flashes
that
to work
clip
with to push
from
these players further back, and he did indeed
Davron's
use
side
one.
there, right?
Claiming elbow, they're using
2-shot
their knife,
sidestep,
they're
2-shot
taking all of
sidestep,
this
and
space,
again, and
forcing
then
paranoia
commit.
out of their opponents,
Sidestep with a
and look at where
crouch.
the spike
Like
is
they're trying to
going.
make it
It's on
really
its
hard
way
for them
around
to
B,
hit him.
which, well, that's the closest player to B, and that's not very close.
The thing is, Hoodie is going to hear the steps, or he should have done. So they should be able to get him for the retake, and they should know that that control has been lost. With Whaler so far forward, that's the main danger, but with the deep smoke as they've just thrown in, that should be something that they can be aware of. Utility
He has
is
to
now in
break
the way
the
as well.
trip.
So him getting past this isn't going to be easy, not without giving the game away.
I mean, Bayaz should have 2 here. Oh, okay. I can't believe that guy gets that kill.
There's only 2 left. Redgar and Hoodie trapped, destroyed behind. They now know where one is, and that man is the last one alive. All eyes on B main. And Hoodie with a bulldog in hand has a tough decision. It looks like the save call is being made. I think I'd be inclined to agree with that one.
I'd say though, like the credits he's going to earn from going down will give him enough for a rifle anyway. So
True.
I almost want to see him go for this, try and do some damage, and just have a Vandal or something in the next round. I guess it's just extra cash that he can save, but keeping things costly may have had its own value. Instead though, he's just going to end up holding onto the Bulldog. No extra players will be dropped, and actually he's going to pick up a Vandal right at the end, so it ends up being null and void.
Yeah, and I think also the fact that if they didn't know where he was, maybe he goes for it. If the Cypher had been killed in the battles, Trap is no longer online, he can sneak through main and try to take a fight, but the reality is the second
Would
that
it
he
be
swings
lost
out of
bonus
that choke
on
point,
this?
there's
Sure,
2,
Redgar
3,
can
or
buy.
4 players
Got 3
locking him
people
down,
and
so
one person.
I don't
So,
mind it.
Gentlemen,
Playing safe, like
they
playing the
force after
numbers.
this.
You never know when those credits could be
Giants
used later on, further down
not going to
the
be
line.
forcing after this one, so let's see
Seven.
what Purple can get with
Gap
his
is now
ult.
1. They're hot on the heels of their opponents who've invested almost all their credits and invested into that operator yet again. Light shields
Yeah,
on
just
Purpo,
took
no
a shot
shields
over
on
towards
Cadaver.
door.
He's
Instant
being
reposition
dropped
from him.
immediately.
And they've actually rotated 3 players to defend mid.
You would consider him being at this angle or B main if he's wasn't still facing. Oh boy, that wall did not. That wall has not hit the mark.
Also coming under pressure. He's
Shortest wall I've seen.
This one is going to go into the cage instead, but he should be dead from behind. The tank now can look for the players in spawn, but can't connect quick enough. Purpo's going to drop him, and look where the spike's been dropped. I don't think it gets much worse than that.
No, it really doesn't. Well, it's being locked down by an operator. That's just insult to injury. The back covered as well, because of course Cloud is there. No angles they can come from to surprise. And even with 40 seconds left, Giantx just fall back. Concede that space.
5 second save.
Although, by the looks of things, I don't think Gentlemates are going for this.
Get past the chip. I think he hit him with the knife, but I'm not entirely
Spike
sure.
Down, players presumably all over it. If you're a Mates fan, that's what you're going to be thinking. Or a Mates player, more so. If you're a Mates fan, you can probably see there's not players all around it because you're here with us.
I think as well, though, it just looking at the economy. Like, you've
You
got
think so?
Cadaver low. He's someone you definitely want to have a gun in hand. So just making sure that those credits are sufficient for the next round. You're not exactly too far behind, and gambling it here. I think, again, they're also the players that
Porter Talon.
a lot of the time
It's an early save,
so
yeah, I agree.
Expecting the 2 versus 4 victory seems unlikely. For GX though, again, it seems like Purple having the operator is a big part of the change.
Oh,
in
he
the defensive side. We saw it
TP'd
a
out
lot. They
into
were trying to
the
bring it on
open,
split.
bro.
It definitely seems like something that time has
On
been
the
invested
big
in. I
round
can
where you
understand
could
it
reset
because
them
Purple
to
is
make
one
them
of those
eco.
players that
Yeah, that's a
when he's
devastating
in
round.
form, when he's running hot, that operator is a big piece of that puzzle. For now, though, it's going to be a pause taken from existence. Maybe he spotted something that they can try and adapt to, but ultimately, with a bit of a slower start to this second half, and the third map looming, if GX are able to get 4 more, it's a good time to take one.
It is terrifying to look at this man in a pause.
No timeout
You can
stat,
see
man.
that.
Not an
He
EMEA.
moves like a machine, I feel
Pacific
like.
only.
Looking through his notes, reading them off bit by bit. This is what we're going to do. Reading out the protocols. These players are already familiar with it. He's just jogging their memory, sharpening the blade before the battle. And on the side of GX, no doubt they're hearing about some of the mistakes they've made. Looks like they've got some ideas of their own. I'd love to see some defensive side aggression out of this squad, and they've got some good flashes to do it. Cloud early on A, getting up tight, getting in the faces of mates, especially with a slower.
Was I 23% coach? Probably. Let's say yeah.
Map early. Maybe we will get it. 3 players shifting towards A. You've got your Breach and your Omen there, and your Gecko. All your flashes, your Paranoia, your stuns. And then 2 players close to B main as well.
And they're going where the op is. The op just get fully overwhelmed with this. Ooh, I like that. You've got the Cypher to shoot the camera, and then the op insta swings behind
I
it.
think he's been dead within the first few seconds.
Yeah, it's a devastating way to start the round from
this fast-paced setup hasn't been working, and a lot of it I want to talk about is more so that supportive utility, because a lot of the time, like take Miniboo for example, when he's going in, the supportive flashes, whoever's throwing them, whether it was Patatek or whether it was Woot, always on point to make sure he's taking a favorable fight. So far, it looks like Takas has just been taking awkward battles and trying to do it all on his own.
Ended up being pretty good timing for Redgar there.
A split of players, 2 trying
just
to
about to put his
out
smoke
over
down.
on the A site, the others almost just waiting. A chance to
There's a lot of pressure over towards A. Still no rotate though, right? These 2 are holding real strong.
In the other direction, but Giantx have not moved at all.
Yeah, they actually
the players
literally haven't even moved.
Everybody else is still just sitting there.
Little movement back and forth from the mate side. It looked like they were going to abandon A. They're actually
and
the
nade goes in, so they now know the op is there.
The jump peek comes through. Shot not
2 on 2 on site. Big
Still
flash.
With a flash. He can go straight through that smoke. That's exactly what he's going to do. Smoke for spawn. Peek is in. Kill is good. The pressure's being applied, and the spike's on its way. I thought this was a fake the whole time, and it would have worked as one. But instead, they're going to be going blow for blow with GX. Whalers coming around the corner. Cage blocks out the angle. Isolates the duel. 12 seconds. That's the spike on Whalers.
Oh my god. We're going to win the round somehow.
Spike's made it to site just in time.
They're going to win the round somehow.
The chaos is thrived in
wild, bro. Actually wild.
To spot where they looked like they were
I mean, they just won all the duels out on site.
What
more can you say there?
I think only Purple was a little bit further behind, but they win every single duel. A nice shot
Pips
from Wales
Cam.
as well,
Oh, bro.
as he rounds
Bro
that
definitely
corner.
walked away
As you said,
again.
he's the man with the spike. If he goes down, this round is basically over. But it seems so much more disjointed for GX.
I mean, that was honestly all of the individual kills were giant on that. It's just like if they don't get one of them, they don't win that round. Either one. Like the one first to start it off over towards site.
100% certain was to go to B, but they didn't get the reactions
nice time of a shotgun on that.
They knew that they were being read. Takas up in their face. Null command put through by
Big
Bayaz.
flash.
Right in he goes. The flash not good enough though. Purple still able to land. Trade is good. And Bayaz down in an unrecoverable position. Hunter's Fury doesn't land either. A lot of blind.
There's no way they can get this guy up. Whalers might be. Okay. I was gonna say Whalers might be able to get the rotate guy here.
Remember, Bayaz is about to die. There you go. But the rest of the squad still standing, gives an advantage. The spike also on the site. The smoker still online with Kadavra blocking off spawn. And that Dizzy, can they follow up on it? No, not with Whalers safe in the corner. An ambitious play to try to pull it back, but they weren't ready for all 3 of Gentlemates to be looking at that choke point.
Now for Cloud. Position revealed, and he's going to get absolutely
big round from Whalers, really.
Him down immediately. And I don't mind this setup. I think this is, like, I agree, a lot of the Hunter's Furies have been a bit more risky.
Did the flash miss? No, I think they knew they were going to do it. I'm pretty sure he was anti-flash, and the guy Marco was behind blue.
To try and make things that little bit more awkward, but it definitely seems the case.
I want to say he was anti-flash and turned into
a few times. But Whalers, again, another high-impact round from him. Keeping his teammates safe with that operator. And now equaling things up once again. And the buy, it's decent in ultimates for GX.
Oh boy, here we go, chat. Here we go.
Aggression out of Burpo.
Forcing down to an eco. They got 3 ults. They decide to go aggro.
Not in kills, but in fights.
And Gentlemates are just tucked over towards spawn.
I do actually agree. I'll rescind the point.
Giant question mark over towards middle.
Was going through the smoke as the Hunter's Fury first pulses coming through.
When does Purple actually leave
mid? Who are in
mid?
those corners, who are in those narrow choke points on the back foot, they have to retreat, and as they do, your teammate flashes and swings. It didn't work in that microplay.
Dude doesn't leave mid. He's got Razor.
It's an idea, and sometimes you got to try him. Next time, maybe it will. Nonetheless, they won the round, equalized the scoreline, and double digits will be found in this round. The question is, for which team? Purpo's position, unexpected. Showstopper off the back, and he gets it off just in time.
Saved him.
2 for Purpo. Makes that position worthwhile. And with the door closed,
Fatino deserves a shout out there.
broken wide open. It would have been a little bit of control for GX to play with. But they're comfortable still in their positions. 2 and 2, lots of Cypher util waiting on A.
4v3.
30
GX with the advantage, grouping up, looking like they want to try and play this one as a retake. And well, when you have yourself the Cypher setup,
it's a bit of a good sign though, seeing the Cypher util there. You kind of know that they're playing retake on this one. They get over towards site. KO has full utils. The knife hit. Knife goes in, but they did get the stun off.
One player already caught, and they're going to go pushing forward. They need to try and catch him, and he doesn't actually have time.
Oh my god, that's insane. Yeah, he can't actually plant because the official hit him.
That is as good as it gets.
Yeah, the knife was like, what, a second too late?
I don't think I've seen that one before.
That's a new one. That is a new one.
Yeah, I mean, that is the first time we've seen that.
But a perfectly timed ultimate from Cloud. That is one way to win a round. And well,
yeah, the only way they survive that is either killing the official, I guess. Maybe he should have had the gun out, but...
We've had some really cursed duelists today. But yeah, the second it's undone, he tries to plant, but it's too little too late.
Could he have planted before the fish came in? Maybe.
Another investment.
He tapped it, right?
Takas is going to be on a stinger, but that's because he's throwing out the Neon ult, the overdrive, and already going to get stunned up. Of course, it doesn't have a timer. He's going to have to just get moving.
Shot.
He's trying to run through the utility. Balls to the wall. The Tonk there
shot
to
again.
Up, and
Shots, man. What a round. What a round.
Just taking over. Leaving just Whalers remaining. He'll ruin the party. But the rest of his teammates are already in the clouds. He's got to try and turn this one back. Bring this into a ridiculous clutch, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah, there's a nice double swing in the end. Unbelievable round from Cloud.
11 rounds for GX. 2 to go, and a 2-round lead. A nice little buffer to play with. And this doesn't come down to much about setup or anything like that. Unbelievable performance from Cloud. I will say it gets close. Whalers had me believing after that second shot.
He's been good. He's been good this game. I'm actually in the last map as well.
Yeah.
Statistically might not be up there, but has had some pretty high impact plays.
Not up there last map. This time, 15 and 10.
Yeah.
Pretty damn solid. Round 21. Kicking off with attack sides spread across the map, but aggression in B main is a consistent factor. Spike though. Oh, the spike's on A, and they've just
used nice, yeah. And this is, I feel like this is one of their protocol things that they like to do is run a fake when their defenders have an omen ult.
Still have all the players on one side. That wasn't the tool I was looking for, but we don't need to talk about that.
They heavy rotated on this one, and you could maybe say that Whalers is a bit too committed here. 2 HP. Can he get out? How is he alive? He just tucked himself behind this box the whole time.
Now he can have a ratty little position and an extra set of eyes still looking out for those GX players. Late lurk as well.
Oh, the Omen flash just as they wanted to go as well is really well timed. Bayas has a knife as well, but doesn't want to reveal his position. Can they hold off long enough for Bayas?
An awkward spot for Kada, but he still manages to thrive in it. Looks to do even more from it. Another one coming up for Kada, but finally he'll be dealt with. Down to this.
Ooh, good reposition. Mate, Whaler's been impressing me. He's probably the best I've seen him play.
Whalers will clutch that one out.
The instant decision making to reposition here.
That retake was even a thought in the minds of GX. He was 25 health behind a cage. And a stray shot took him down to 2. Oh, what a devastating way to lose this. The ratty little position from Whalers pulls it across the line. That would have been 12 to 9 for GX. They would have 3 chances.
It all came down to the guy that survived when he pushed over towards A.
Hot on their heels, and credits are starting to run dry on that defensive side. Not in this round, although for the next there could be trouble. Purpo making sure that's not the case by dropping Takas.
Purpo plays in front of the one-way.
Already the tray.
Oh, boss man.
Wild spray. The first one, but he couldn't quite transfer.
He was
already.
That's insane.
put them back, but I guess the one saving grace is the guns that have dropped have now fallen into the hands of a teammate. It gives Cloud a rifle, which I dare say I think he would have got those kills. Leaves Hoodie. He's definitely been quieter in this second half. On the attack side, Lurk, he was utterly dominant. Now he's the one under pressure, but playing from outside the site.
Yeah, I mean, KO planting here is giant, dudes. You can just now, you now have the ult that cancels the fish ult. The only way that they're probably going to retake this,
if it's possible, I would love
because you now can't use the fish ult.
Getting both those kills. The first he was full blind. The second he recovered his vision, seeing a hail of bullets coming his way. That's made it doable for Gentlemates here, beyond doable, winnable, favorable with the flank from the tank too. He takes down Cloud. Get-Go Util gone. Fitinho the next to fall.
Oh man, it fell apart a little bit for Giants on this round.
Meet a similar fate, walking straight into the trap.
Oh, it really fell apart.
Oh no, man. Red Guard, no. Right to take. And that will equalize things 11-11. Look at this. Look. Oh, yes, he was paranoid, but he caught a glimpse just before, and then he sees the traces. He gets blinded again. That's a thank you very much, production, first of all, for getting me that. That's insane. And then he gets the final kill, too. Nuts performance from Bayaz. Between Whalers last round and Bayaz here, I don't know how they're getting away with it.
Can, right, he's smashed up the room.
Magic.
There's no camera attached anymore.
They've got the Magic 8 ball at the moment. That seems to be working out for them. It's the same fight this time.
Yeah, dude, I felt like I was watching. The same round.
Red guy,
another replay.
You sit down, have
the exact same thing happened, apart from this time we got double.
And I'll do this one myself. A very quick change of pace from what we've witnessed over the last couple. And while now it's going to be a pretty hefty job for the remaining three players. Whaler's first point, of course, is trying to get himself a rifle. He's having to use a lot of his utility.
Yeah, he had to use both there. He absolutely strong-armed it with the cage.
Obviously switching over from the operator, but in this case, it's not going to be
three people here and they start off the contact.
Get that info, try and fall back, then he has the showstopper from a teammate. The stun, the setup is gorgeous from GX, and they walked right into it. Redgar looking like he's trying to bait for the ace, he's trying to help his teammate out, and maybe goes a little bit further than he would have liked. The spacing, I don't know how he does that, but it seems so consistent.
There's so much fight in the man. That's the tier 2 hunger coming up, 22-13. I mean, this guy was...
This was really nice, though.
It was. And what a beautiful setup. The showstopper bouncing back, the double kill to open from Purpo as well. A much better response than what we saw in the previous round.
One chance to get us to Breeze.
24, still with a chance.
What is their actual buy? I mean, they got ult diff. They got ult diff, but Fatino's one away, so you would expect them to push A and try and get this ult. Yeah, have they got anything to stop this? No, they're actually just letting them have it. They take an A, do you now just reactively take B and get your Sova ult?
In the first 30-40 seconds. Hyper-aggressive, risky plays from either side that have either paved the way to a victory or been the cause for defeat. This round, though, starts off a little bit slower. Still spreading across the map. Watching for aggression. Interestingly, Paranoia thrown out just to try and deter. Instead, they've used the same on the other side. TP those only being used just to
I mean, actually pulled a rotate over. They keep 3 people over towards A.
They haven't
Didn't get a kill off the trip.
That trip, but it hasn't stopped Tak as he's still trying to run through. Hoodie just sat on the other side. Angle's being pre-fired, but he'll take that first and the second as well.
Yeah, lovely stun on top of this. Looks like we're going Breeze.
Down the tank and Cadaver, big clutch needed.
Wait.
Rolling Thunder even committed. Fatinho took the orb at the start of the round, and now the reward should be there, but the tank steps up. He gets one. A clutch needed.
30 seconds. Does have his ult. Could go to middle, but... Ooh, nice shot.
To start this off. Still doesn't want to use the Hunter's Fury. They can
Giants managed to just take us there.
Because of that, GX
man, I was a bit disappointed with some of like the decisions made. But that was just, it was weird because Giants played that like a normal, Gentlemates played that like a normal round, whereas they probably got to talk more about like their ults and the enemy's ult.
As you said, Breeze is up next.